Yes, ma'am, we are recording now. No ifs, ands, or buts a freaking about it. Already we've had what? At least 10 minutes. Look at it. It's 9:11 p.m. here. What is it there? What time is it there?
It's 13 minutes past 1 in the afternoon.
Okay. Okay, my computer time clock might be off. No, it says 9:11.
Oh, okay.
I can even see
Well,
it. There we go.
Oh, that's weird.
Anyway, yeah, we've been talking about like time shifts, time. I talked about how I had an impromptu dinner with a friend of mine who was supposed to be on Thursday or Friday, and she texts me like at 3:15 in the afternoon and says, "Hey, you want to meet for dinner tonight instead?" So it's kind of like on the fly. Everything feels like on the fly. So I had to postpone a meeting with my business planner until today. And when I show up, she's going, I wasn't expecting to see you today. And it's kind of like, well, yeah, we kind of texted that, but I think she probably just forgot. And that's okay. Oh, life is so fast. Hey, maybe she had a Mandela effect.
Oh, yeah, true.
True that. Yeah. We talked to so much. How do we like rocket through the dookie that we do?
I don't know.
In like 10 minutes. I mean, look at how much we covered before I even pushed the go button. Hey, if we can talk for 2.5 freaking hours and not have pushed the go button.
Oh my God.
Good thing though. I'm thinking, right? What we talked about.
Everything happens for a reason. You know, we don't have to ask why. We just know they're doing it to
why.
So it's just like, okay, all right. So you want us to wait until all right.
Yeah.
Sweet as. Thanks for letting us know.
Sweet as.
And now 1 week later, it's like they're opening portals in the backyard. You know, there's all this, oh my God. The amount of visitations, the healing. I've been working on healing this week. And I'm seeing a lot of people doing the healing thing. And there's another division happening. It's get into the healing, use your abilities now to heal. And if you're over there doing all this other stuff, you're in a stuck state because this is where the frequency is right now. You know, you got to use some of the information we had to be able to say, oh, what you're saying is bullshit. Feel it, know it, move away from it. Don't get caught up in it if it's not your frequency, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think one of the things though too for me is because you see so many people posting things about saying you know if you know. I mean, it's almost like cliche at this point. Anons, they use little cliches like anons and truther. It's like, I'm sorry. Influencer, yes. Truther, no.
Yeah.
Does that mean you want to remain anonymous? I mean, that little video I showed you that I did on Facebook. Facebook. So that was kind of a springboarding into that too, was that people aren't really stepping up to the frickin' plate. They hide behind a lot of the Hollywoodish type presentations, which I kind of, and it's almost like a corporate feel when you start looking at some of these presenters.
Yeah.
It's very corporate. They're there to sell something.
Yep.
And I think that the little ditty that I just showed you beforehand, I hope that didn't have a Hollywood feel to it. That to me, hopefully was captivating enough to the point, say, I'm here for you.
Yeah. No,
I'm here for you.
I like that. I thought, you know, there was different aspects about it that was like, yes, that fits right with what you're doing and what you're wanting to do right now. So no, I don't feel any Hollywood stuff from there.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like and the one thing that is kind of scary though, Stone, is the attempt of, no matter what major platform you're talking about, is the attempt at polarization.
Oh God, yeah.
Pick a frickin' side.
Oh.
Really? You know what? Hold the beliefs, hold the faith of whatever you desire. as long as it's going to get you through what you're going through, whatever your experience is. I can't say that I don't care what you believe, because I do.
Yeah.
Because sometimes those beliefs and those systems that you have so held on to are so unhealthy, and they're not
Yeah.
safe for you. And hey, you know what? That's your
Yeah.
choice, babe.
Yeah.
I say kind of go for it. Just include
Yeah.
me out when you trip and fall. I will definitely extend my hand to you, but you will not pull me down into your muck and mire.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. If it doesn't feel right, you shouldn't be there.
Yes.
That's just that. I mean, I'm noticing new energy signatures coming out now, and saying, look, why, they're asking questions. Why is it that they believe this one thing, and then the elder generation, us, believe this, and it's like, well, if you really want to know, I'll tell you, and then you can take with what you know, do what you will with it, because at the end of the day, once you are aware, then you become responsible. You become responsible for your actions. You become responsible for, are you going to continue the same patterns that you're already doing and keep creating what you're creating, or are you going to move out of that stuck state and grow with it? Because, this is what it's about. It's about growing from whatever presents itself to you. We're multidimensional beings, and we get tested multidimensionally. We get tested. So, and I'm looking at, there's so many aspects going on right now. There's like a big jumbling of all of these different frequencies. Like, we've been rattled. This whole planet has taken a hit, and we've been rattled. And I'm seeing all these frequencies is out of alignment. And the first signs they said to me was I needed to get lower. I needed to get lower. So that meant I needed to ground myself. Now, a whole lot of things showed themselves with the grounding. There was a couple of things you were mentioning, before we were recording. One of the things I say, if you're going somewhere from one end of the country to another, and you're going to be homesick or this or that, there was a reason vampires took a little bit of earth with them wherever they went, right? So you take a little bit of that earth that you are familiar with, which holds your frequency, your DNA, the imprint, the imprints of that whole environment. You take that with you. And so when you need to align yourself, you either put your feet in it or your fingers in it. We are made up of different senses. So that's where that comes in. Everything we touch has some sort of frequency memory, even metals, all right, even metals. So everything has some sort of frequency that has information. That, frequency to me is just a form of packaged information. So I don't know where I was going with that. It's one of those portals that opens up, and it's like, where did we just go then? I don't know.
I don't
Anyway,
know. I mean, that was amazing that you said that you experienced that. That whole, I mean, I haven't seen anything like on the ground, and I saw a ship. It was a year ago last October. It was quite large. It had portholes all along the side. It was bigger at the front and at the end. And it came across the south, and it was going towards the east of where I live. And it just kind of went, if you had I mean, it's just like it went inside of this hole, and
yep.
it just kind of like boom, 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 and then it was gone. And it was like, what the heck did I just see? And I was like, oh, nobody's going to believe it. I didn't get it on camera. And when it happened a second time, and
Yeah.
somebody had reported it on Facebook, and I'm close to Midland, Michigan, and they had posted something pretty quick, and it was the same type of craft. And they said, hey, this is heading this way. And
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it. And I saw that puppy coming from the north, which Midland is north of me. And it came to the north, and that same spot where that other one disappeared, guess where that one disappeared into? Boom,
Oh,
boom,
wow.
boom, boom, boom. And this is more, that was a year ago, this past October. So what happened maybe a couple of months ago, I was in the backyard with the dog, and I'm looking up and just kind of talking. And I'm looking up, and I'm not somebody who has any awareness of what star is what or what light is what in the sky. I just
Yeah.
kind of am hanging out. So I'm seeing a fairly bright little guy out there, and I'm just kind of talking, and I notice it, and it goes from something small to something really big. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool. So here's the, and it looks like it shrinks, grows
Yeah.
big again, and then it goes right for that same spot, and and it's gone.
Yeah.
And I think the whole thing, and no matter what it is that I have seen, lights or shadows or whatever, it's none of that have I felt intimidated by, shied away from, feel very safe with all of it.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful for that, because I don't think most people would be able to do that. Because if
I
people
think,
knew what was around us,
oh, they're going to though. They're going to.
they're going to need
And
some diapers.
yeah. I was gonna say, oh shit, it's gone out of my head again. They've been playing those games lately. Okay, reverse yourself a couple of steps. What were you saying? Go back to what you were saying. I need to hear your frequency
It was
difference.
basically about the portal type idea, and kind of like a revelation of these lights in the sky that they don't catch your attention as anything different than what you're accustomed to seeing. And then it does something really unusual. It expands, it shrinks, and then it goes back often to that same spot.
Ah, okay. Go out to that location. Go out to the location where you think it is above. Right, okay.
Say that again.
So you imagine there's a portal out there, right? Go to so close to that location, take a handheld radio, right? Cheapy AM, FM, and go into that area and see if the frequency changes. Okay. I've encountered, the orange plasma spheres that go around. They look like they're pulsating, and they can get really big, and they can dim out. I call it dimming because I can still make out the outline, but
Right.
it's like dimmed on the inside. And then you can see them. They go up inside this. The only way I could describe it is what we were seeing was like a massive upside down sack of soccer balls inside. These things, these plasma orange spheres, were going like this, and they were going up into it, and it looked like they were trying to hide behind a cloud, but there was something that caught my eye. I saw like a spark of lightning.